Good morning to all traders and welcome to another Market Insights video provided to you by Orbex. My name is Stavros and today I'm going to talk about the Aussie and also pound. Some very good retail sales data from Australia managed to keep the pair near the 70 cents, actually just a tiny bit below. But over the past few minutes, RBA's decision also to keep rates unchanged gave Aussie a good boost above the psychological hurdle. Now, pound on the other side performed significantly well against the dollar during a bank holiday Monday. And that only tells me that fresh highs could be expected. Now, let's have a look of what is going to move the markets for the day on the macro, from a macro perspective first. Okay, so we are expecting the French trade balance. We are expecting Bank of England Deputy Governor of Financial Stability Cunliffe to speak. We're expecting FOMC's Kaplan to speak. And then, of course, the IV PMI and JOLTS job openings in the US. Please note that none of these, of course, constitutes investment advice and losses can exceed profits. I want to start, as we said, with the Aussie. Okay, so we've been expecting on the longer term the Aussie to form some sort of correction over here. We have received, it looks like that is a false break below the previous low. Okay, now with the new momentum coming in actually, and from here, it's very possible that prices move up. The problem that we get here is that we don't see, on the daily at least, any signs bullish or bearish. Okay, so everything that we see on the daily chart at the moment is purely on fundamentals and technicals. Okay, technicals in terms of a technical level, so a good support level and a fail out possibly, but no divergence, no other signals. Down on the 4-hour chart, let's have a look if there is anything different. Yes, okay, so we can see the MACD as well as the RSI, okay, give us a good bullish signals on both cases. Okay, so we do indeed see a false breakdown here. Okay, we have an impulse to the downside, and now we expect either an ABC, and that is supposed to stop around the price that we are now, B a little bit lower for a correction, and C around 0.7070, which is a previous high. Now, if prices stop here, this is where we're looking to receive further clues. Okay, in case prices don't break out above this level, we're probably looking to go to start moving lower again. Okay, but in case prices break above that level, we're looking at reaching at least the 72 cents. Down on the 1 hour now, just to have a better view, we also receive a bullish signals both on the RSI and the MACD, not so much on the RSI, but indeed it is still supporting the bulls. Okay, and here we're seeing a huge candle of around, what is this? Like over 60, 70 pips. This is after the RBA decision to keep rates unchanged. They were expected to actually reduce the interest rates for 25 basis points, and that didn't happen. So it's very good news for the Australian dollar. Okay, so now what we want to see, as I said, we will probably see a correction here. Okay, but we really want to see this breaking in order to support a further move to the upside, with a first stop around 71.36, second stop around the 71.80 psychological level. Now, I want to go quickly on the pound as well, just to have a look at what has happened with the pound as well. Now, on the pound, we have been expecting something like a inverse head and shoulders pattern to happen, but that didn't move really further down for this to complete. So for the time being, I will just assume that this is not going to happen. And that is because we have received both on the RSI and MACD bullish signals. Okay, so I will just disregard this formation for the moment. We're still looking for the first scenario to weigh on the prices though, okay? So if we go a little bit low on the 4-hour, we're seeing, let me just get the pen, we are looking at this formation here and an ending triangle pattern. And from here, since we broke outside this diagonal pattern, Elliott wave, we're now looking at the duplication of this move, okay? So normally what happens is that when you get a triangle formation, the AB, or the first impulse, the distance between the two, normally is replicated, is duplicated with the breakout of the triangle. So if this range, for example, is 50 pips, then we're going to get another 50 pips from the breakout level and to the upside, because this breakout is to the upside. Okay, so we're looking at prices getting near the 1.34, okay? And that, of course, depends on further close, okay? But at the moment, we get some support on both the RSI and MACD, okay? We get bullish signals on both, and what we want to pay attention on now is this previous low, okay? This will be the invalidation point. So in case prices move lower, back below that level, then we're looking at a move further down. And potentially we could bring back in the inverse head and shoulders formation, okay? But at the moment, we are heading higher. Is the 1 hour supporting? Let's have a look. Well, on the 1 hour, we have, again, a signal, but on the RSI this time, okay? On the MACD, excuse me, not much on the RSI. Okay, the RSI is moving along with price, but the MACD histogram is giving us a very good sign, okay? Now, we've had a first impulse wave to the downside and the first correction. What we are going probably to see now is another impulse wave to the upside, probably looking at reaching the top of this ascending channel, okay, with the latest wave, fifth wave to the downside, and then start correcting again. So is this going to be a move that is going to take pound even higher to around 134? We don't know just yet, but it is a very possible a scenario, since we also see that this previous high is actually acting as a support level as we speak. This move to the upside, because it's quite steep, right? So we've had a first impulse to the upside, steep indeed, but this second one, which is the third wave, okay, so it could be what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? Normally the third wave is the one that is pushing a little bit more, you know, with a bit more power. Of course, the impulse, the first one is also important, but when this is also steep, then in most cases we expect another wave to the upside. Okay, now what we want to see, of course, is this level holding firm and creating new highs. The first stop would be around 131.90, if not mistaken, from what I see here. And then, of course, we're looking at breaking above this high and moving towards 134. So I want to thank you for one more day for being with us. If you like the video, of course, hit the like button. I would also recommend that you always keep an eye on our blog, as this is where we'll cover the latest news, we'll publish trading ideas, and provide all the necessary tools a trader needs.